Hey loves, and welcome back. Today's video will be all about the making of this beautiful dress for a kid. And if this looks like something you're interested in, please keep on watching and let's get started. If you're yet to subscribe, please hit the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell to get notified whenever I upload a new video. So without wasting much of our time, let's get into the video. Okay, for this video I'll be making use of this beautiful African print. You can make use of any fabric of your choice. What I have here is not up to 2 yards, that is to say it is more than 1 yard. So I'll be making use of this for this beautiful dress. So to begin, I'll open the fabric this way and it is being folded into two. I use her biggest part of her body measurement to fold the fabric. So because this is a kid, I'll be taking out 2 inches. Okay, this will be my starting line. So I'll place my tape like this, taking out 2 inches away. Okay, from that 2 inches I'll mark her chest line and I'll mark the length of the, that is her waist. This is her waist. I just marked her waist. So go ahead and take away 2 inches and then I'll mark her chest line, which is 5 inches, and I just marked that. So this is her chest line and this is her waist. So now for the neck width, this is a child, I'll be taking 2 inches, and then for the neck depth I'll be taking 1 inches, and I'll connect it this way. So after connecting it like this, the next thing I'll be doing is to come to the chest line and I'll mark her chest circumference measurement including stitching allowance, and I'll cut it and I'll join it to the neckline this way. Okay, this is just basically all for the dress. So you can see how I just joined it. So I'll come to the chest line and I'll mark her chest, her waistline, and I marked her waist measurements, and that's basically all for this drafting. Okay, so I will not be including any other neckline. You can add neckline like this and then connect, but I won't be doing that. This is just what I'll be doing, and I'll go ahead now and cut this out. Okay, so this is just like in a form of an off shoulder. Okay, so you just take 2 inches away from before taking your client's body measurement. Okay, so this is what I have. Let me open this. Can you see? That's what I have. So this is how I want it to be. Okay, so I'll just reduce this side a bit. So now we'll be cutting out the back. So the back is very simple. Okay, so the back will begin from the chest line here. That's where our back will begin from. So remember I took 5 inches for the chest line, so I'll go ahead and place my tape. Okay, again the way I did, I'll just draft out the starting line and then I'll place the tape away 2 inches away and mark so I'll place the tape on the 5 inches like this. So this is the chest line and this is the waist. Okay, I hope you understand. So I just place the tape at 5 inches and then I just mark the waist, and that's basically it for the back. So I'll just cut this out. So for better understanding, I did not add zipper to this, okay, because we are making use of a loop, but I just made a sign of a zipper just to clarify everything. Okay, so after cutting it out like this, can you see that zipper part? Now trim out the zipper. We do not need a zipper, so I will trim out the 1/2 inch, and then this is what we have for the back piece. So can you see the back started at the chest line? Okay, so that's just what I want to show you guys. So I do not want my back and my front to be equal. This one is optional. You can leave yours like this. Okay, so I just cut out 1/2 inch from the back piece and I'll notch the side of the back. So this is basically it for the drafting or the cutting of this dress. So right now we'll go ahead and start sewing. Okay, so this is the back and the front. So the next thing I'll be doing now is to cut out band. Okay, so this is the rope that we'll use. Okay, so I went ahead to cut this out. I have 30 inches, so you have to cut out a long rope and the width is 2 inches. Okay, so I'll just fold it this way, like this way you see me doing, and then I'll stitch it straight down. Okay, after stitching it, I'll bring it out. Okay, you know, just the way we normally sew a rope. While this one I will use it as the loop, so I'll just fold it in a form of bias and I'll stitch it down. So I'll just fold it in a form of a bias and then I'll stitch it down. So we'll be using it for our loop. Okay, so it's something like this. Okay, for the front piece, this is the front. I cut out 2 and the back as well, so I'm using the same fabric as the lining. Okay, so basically what I'll do now is to attach the back and the front together like this. Okay, so you place your back and then place the other side of your back on the front and then you stitch it down using 1 inch. So I'll stitch it down here and I'll stitch this other side as well, and I'll open it up. So I'll repeat the same thing for this other one. I'll open it like this and I'll stitch the sides. I'll attach the sides and I'll stitch it down. So after doing that, this is what I have. This is what it is looking like. Okay, this is the second one. So the next thing I'll be doing now is, you can see that the back is shorter than the front. That's how I want mine to be. So this is the rope. I have stitched it, turned it to the right side, and I have secured the ends. So what I'll do now is to bring the rope. So the side that is showing the line where you stitch should be facing up. Okay, it should be facing up, this line. Okay, so I'll place it like this and then I'll bring the other one. I'll also pin it down to this side this way, and then I'll carry the lining and cover it up like this. So I'll go ahead now and run a stitch using 1/2 inch. I'll stitch it from here like this. Okay, so you stitch around the top part using 1/2 inch, just the top part, guys. So after just the top parts, guys. Okay, so after stitching, this is what I have. I'll just go ahead and make notches around it this way, and then I'll open this up. Okay, so go ahead and make notches around it, open it and give it a good press. So this is what it is looking like. As you can see, this is what we have. So beautiful, right? So I've cut out my loops that I'll be attaching to the top at the back side. So I'll reduce the back side a bit. Okay, so I'll reduce the back part again like this. So after reducing it, we'll go ahead and start attaching the loops. We'll go ahead and start attaching the loops. So to attach the loops, I have 4 loops here. Okay, so it's measured 2 inches. Okay, so what I'll do now is to measure where I want my loops to be. Okay, so there will be one will be at the beginning, and from that beginning I'll just mark 1 inch. So I gave 1 inch interval for each of the loops. Okay, so I gave 1 inch interval for each of the loops, and we'll go ahead now and start attaching it. So after making my marks, to make it easier for me, I'll just flip it to the other side like this, and then I'll make notches so that I'll know where to put my loop. Okay, so I'll go ahead and just notch the 4 marks that I have. Like this, okay. So you see I did it for the two sides, okay, so it will be easier that way. So now the next thing we'll be doing is to be inserting the loop. So you fold your loops this way and then you place it like this. The side that is not folded should be facing outside, okay, and then you place it on the notched part and then you just pin this down. So I'll go ahead and pin it down. So for some reasons I was finding it difficult to pin down, so I'll just explain what I mean or what to do. So I'll just place it like this on the notches I made. Okay, I'll place the 4 loops this way and then I'll stitch it. When I get to where the loop is, I'm going to back stitch. I don't know if you understand, so that it will be very firm. Okay, so when you are stitching, when you get to anywhere the loop is, back stitch on it, after which you fold your fabric and then you stitch. You fold your fabric like this and then you stitch on it. Okay, so that is basically what I will be doing, and I'll repeat the same thing for this other side as well. So this is what I have. You can see the loops at the back, very clean and neat. So we'll keep this aside and work on the down part of the dress. So before then, I'll measure what I have here. So after measuring it, I'll ensure that I cut out ×3 of this. Okay, so you can go ahead and make a cycle flare if you want, but I'll be using gathers for this one. So I have ×3 of what I just measured here. What I'll do now is to run a gathered stitch here, okay, and then here, I mean a loose stitch. Okay, I'll make a loose stitch and then here I'll fold the edges. So you make a loose stitch at the top part and then fold the edges. So I've done it, I've made a loose stitch and you can see the thread. So I'll start pulling on this thread. Loose stitch means that you stitching it, not like you're stitching your fabric, you're stitching it not to be tight, so that when you pull it will, I don't know how to explain it, but just make a loose stitch. Okay, it should not be tight. So I'll just be pulling on the thread and I'll be adjusting, and you have to be careful when doing this so that you don't end up cutting the thread. Okay, I hope that is understood, guys. So I'll just keep pulling until I get what I want. Okay, so ensure that your flare is longer than the top, that is to say the down part is longer than the upper part. Okay, you are not going to make it equal because you are going to put a zipper if you want to. Since it's a child, I'll not be using zipper. Okay, but you can make use of a zipper if you want to. So what I'll do now is to keep pulling until I get to, okay, I'm done pulling and this is what I have. Okay, so I'll ensure that the down part is longer than the upper part. Okay, so you can see what I have. You can see the upper part is longer than the down part, so I will just adjust and ensure that the down part is longer than the upper part basically. Okay, so you can start joining this from the middle after doing that, but I'll just be joining mine from the side, but it is advisable to start from the middle. Okay, after making it longer, you find the midpoint of the upper part and the midpoint of the down part and then you start joining from the middle. That way everything will be equal. Okay, so that's just what you have to do. So now what I'll be doing is to place it like this. So I'll keep adjusting this, guys, so I'm just showing you what to do. So you just place it like this and stitch it. Okay, so I started stitching mine from the side, but you should stitch it from the middle, that way it will be more equal. Okay, so I'll just stitch it, but I'll make sure that the down part is longer. So after stitching it, you'll be having something like this. Okay, you should be having something like this. You can see how full it is. Now I'll use my bias to secure the these rough edges, okay, because I'll not be lining this. So I'll use my bias to secure it. So I'm done using the bias to secure the rough edges. You can see, so this dress is looking very, very neat, okay, and that's how I want it to be. So you can see the excess I have, okay, so I'll just show you. You can see the excess that I have, okay. That's why I said you should leave you can see the excess I have, my excess flare, okay. It should not be equal with the upper part. So that is what I mean, okay. So this is what I have, guys, and this is the inside. So this is basically how to go about this dress. So you can see that it is very, very simple. So next thing I'll do now is to fold this part like this. So we'll have to secure it, okay. So you fold it this way, and then if you are going to insert a zipper, so you just insert like this. You sew from that mark there and leave this space for your zipper, okay. But if you are not going to insert a zipper, all you need to do is to measure the waist circumference, leave some space so that it will be able to enter the child, and then you stitch it down, okay. So that is all. So that is just what I will be doing. I'm not attaching a zipper to this. So this is what I have after I was done. This is so beautiful, guys. Like, just look at how pretty this dress is, guys, and very, very simple. It is beautiful and neat, both the inside and the outside. So that's basically it for this. So now you go ahead and insert your loops, and when you insert your loops, you realize that you have the style you want at the back. So you can see, can you see the cross sign? So that is basically what this dress is all about. So I'll just quickly insert the loops, and that's all for this tutorial. So guys, this is what I have. This is the final look, and this is so beautiful, okay. So tell me in the comment section what you think about this style, and let me know if you'll be making this style as well. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. For my returning subscribers, thank you for always watching my videos. So I will see you guys in my next one. Season greetings and bye.